Are you in a relationship where it feels like you're the only one that's making the relationship work? Or are you dating someone and you're ready to take it to the next level of being in a relationship? And he's saying all the right things. He's saying that he wants to be in a relationship, but he's not pulling the trigger on actually committing to a relationship. And that probably makes you feel as if that you're the only one who cares about commitment. You're the only one who cares about the relationship. And it's probably making you wonder, are you forcing a relationship on someone who doesn't really want it? Hi, my name is Sharika Matthews, life coach, relationship expert, and the creator of Feminine Success Mastery. And today I want to share with you 4 signs that you may actually be forcing a relationship where a relationship doesn't exist, doesn't need to exist, and the other person probably doesn't even want it to exist. So let's just jump right into it. So these are the 4 signs you want to look for that you are actually forcing a relationship. Number one, you're the only one starting a conversation about the future. You see, one thing that I've noticed with working with, not even work with men, but just in common conversation about with men who have the desire to be married, who have a desire to be in relationships, they are very vocal about a relationship. They are very vocal about their desire for a relationship. They are very vocal about wanting a marriage and wanting things for a future. And so when they are dating a woman, they've been dating for, I don't know, X amount of time. They've gone out on more than one date. Let's just say that. And he really does see a future with that woman. You don't have to be the one to bring up the future. He's talking about the future. He's talking about what he wants. He's asking questions about what do you want in a relationship? What are some of the things you learned from your past relationships? He's, thinking about the future. Oh, I can't wait for you to meet my friends. Or I can't wait for you to meet my children or my parents. He is looking towards the future and he's including you in those future talks. You don't have to be the only one bringing up that conversation. And if you are the only one who's bringing up that conversation, you want to step back and ask yourself, okay, am I talking about marriage after the first date? Or am I talking about a relationship, a committed relationship, and possibly marriage after we've been dating for like a month, 2 months, or 3 months, whatever your flavor is? And so if you are the only one starting these conversations and the only one who's thinking about the future, chances are he probably doesn't see a future with you, or he just doesn't want a relationship. And I want to add this one note here. Just because he doesn't want a relationship with you doesn't mean there's something wrong with you. You are not for everybody. Yes, you are a great woman. Yes, you have a lot to offer, but if he doesn't see your value, then that is not the one for you. And that's this one mental shift I wish so many women would make, is that don't take a rejection from a man as a personal attack on you. Rejection is not a personal attack on you. It just means that you are not a good fit for him and he is not a good fit for you because he cannot see the value that you bring into his life. And if he cannot see the value that you bring into his life, then why would you want to be in his life? Because if you have to continually prove your worth and prove your value to a man, then you're going to be in this perpetual state of proving yourself over and over and over again. And that gets tiring. That gets old. That gets exhausting. You want to be with someone who sees your value immediately, who knows that no matter where he goes, you're going to have his back. Doesn't have to worry about you. That's the type of man you want, not the type of man where you have to prove yourself to him. So if he chooses to say that you are not the one for him, whether in word or in deed, let it go. Let it go. Because remember, he has a choice to make, just like you have the choice to make. You don't have to wait to be chosen. You can choose him, or he can choose you, or you guys don't choose each other. So that's number one. You're the only one who's thinking about the future. Number two, he doesn't take initiative as often as you do. If you're the one who's always bringing up dating, or not dating, but going on dates, if you're always the one initiating phone calls and initiating texts and initiating, getting to you conversations, getting to know you conversations, you're always the one initiating the next thing all the time, then that's a sign that he may not be as into you as you are into him. Or it could mean that he likes for you to do everything. Then you have to make a decision. You have to make a choice and say, is this what I really want? Do you want someone where you constantly have to nag him and remind him, hey, you need to plan a date. Hey, you need to pick up the kids. Hey, you need to do this. You need to do that. You don't have to be the one to treat him as if he is not an equal partner, because that's what we're looking for in relationship. We're looking for partnership in relationship. You want someone who's going to do life with you, not you doing life for him. So is he taking as much initiative and as much ownership about this relationship, or about dating, or about wherever stage you are in the whole realm of things? Is he taking as much initiative and ownership as you are? Because if he's not invested like you are. And that may be a sign that you need to pull back and evaluate whether or not he truly wants a commitment the way you want a commitment. So that's number two. Number three, and I see this a lot too, it is you want to hold on to him, not because you want to hold on to him because you love him, not because you trust him. And I see this in relationships, people who are already in committed relationships, but you're in a position to where the relationship is either going to continue or is going to end. And oftentimes we hold on to the relationship simply because we love them, not because we trust them, not because we're still compatible with each other, not because you still believe there's hope. You're just holding on to the fact that you love him, but he doesn't honor you, but he's betrayed your trust and continues to betray your trust. But he's not putting in the work, but he's not trying to heal, but he refuses to go to counseling, but. You're holding on to a relationship that's already dead, and you're holding on to a man who doesn't really want to be there. And I know that, and I've said this, and I know other people say it, and I believe it too, that love does conquer all things. But it takes more than love to sustain a relationship. It takes trust. It takes vulnerability. It takes intimacy. It takes open and honest communication. It takes both people doing the work, not just one. So you're just holding on to him because you love him, not because there's trust, communication, intimacy, vulnerability in that relationship. And number four, he fits your dreams and not your reality. What I mean by that is that he fits your dream. He fits this image that you've had in your head since you were 15 years old about what your husband is going to look like what kind of car he's going to drive, what kind of body he has, what kind of job he has, what kind of house he's going to live in. Like, you have this whole model in your mind about what your husband is going to look like, what your family is going to be like. You've had this whole image, this vision board, if you will, of what your man's going to be like, what your relationship is going to be like. But he may be a good fit in your dreams, but he's not a good fit for your reality, meaning that he's not consistent. He's not as committed as you are. He is not as emotionally aware and mature. He is going in a different direction than you desire to go. I was actually watching a movie, and I forget the name of this movie. It's this movie that Megan Good, she directed. And in this movie, it was a girlfriend's movie. And one of the girls, she was a professional dancer, and she had the opportunity to go on tour with the music artist to choreograph all of her dances. And so her ex-husband wanted to get back in the picture because he had left her once before because she wanted to pursue her dreams. He did not want to be with someone to pursue a dream. He wanted a housewife. He wanted a family. He just wanted something that was simple, no fuss, no nothing. And so she did what he wanted, and he still wasn't happy. He still divorced her. So 6 years later, he wants to try and work it out, realize he made a bad decision. She's out here living her best life. She's out here, pursuing her dreams. And now she has this big opportunity. He says, okay, what can I do to support you? She asked him to stay back and make sure that their son is taken care of while she's on tour. But in the middle of it, he ups and leaves because he realized that he never had a dream of his own. And in some ways, he was jealous of her, not just for having a dream, but for pursuing a dream. And so this is kind of what I mean, is that he was holding on to someone who fits an image that he had from the time he was 15, but doesn't fit his reality. She even still loved him, and she wanted things to work out with him, but he fit a dream that she had. He fit an image that he had, but not really her reality. In her reality, she needed someone who was going to support her. He didn't have to have the same dream that she had, but she didn't want someone to be in the way of her pursuing her dream. So you want to make sure that you're not holding on to an image of who you think he is, but you are accepting the reality of who he truly is today, right now, standing in front of you. All right, you guys. So I hope that these 4 things will help you really realize whether or not you're trying to force a relationship where there isn't one, force a relationship that really should not exist, or force a relationship where he really doesn't want it to exist. All right, you guys, if you have any questions or comments about anything I've said here today, leave your comments below. Until next time, be bold, walk in your brilliance, and be completely unstoppable in the pursuits of what your heart truly desires in life and in your relationships. I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.